Cool. Regan Slaymaker for Boxing Social and associated with Empire Fight Store and R Kings, and I have the pleasure to be joined by Tommy Fury. Tommy, for the first time, how are you, mate?
I'm good. Not too bad. Yeah, we're here, and obviously the documentary's it's out. So it's a very exciting time.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, we're here at the BBC. First time at the BBC. I was a bit like a giddy schoolchild walking through it.
Yeah.
It was great. But I mean, yeah, here to promote your new documentary, Tommy, the Good, the Bad, the Fury. I mean,
Yep.
no one wants to hear about my voice, what I've read about it, but tell the audience what kind of this documentary is about in relation to yourself, mate.
Yeah. So basically, it's a documentary that's been following me for the past 12 months, maybe just over. They've captured everything in my life due to the worst moments of my life, the best moments in my life. You're going to see me, obviously, at home. You're going to see what I get up to, what I like to do, away from Instagram and away from, what you see on the TV. You're going to see, like, how I actually live and what things I like to do. You're going to meet some friends. You're going to see plenty of my dad. And yeah, it's just following me for the past, just over a year. You're going to see how fights get put together, the harsh reality of the boxing world, how difficult it is to get fights over the line, how you train for fights, the injuries that you have on the way up to fights. It absolutely covers everything.
Definitely, so very much kind of an honest and open kind of access to your life.
Completely.
Where we, like, because for me, Tommy, like when you've got to go on the Love Island scene and like
Yeah.
they only see you either on a fight week or
Yeah.
kind of through the lens of a social media. So this is very much kind of the real Tommy Fury, not kind of these snapshots that everyone kind of sees.
No, definitely, and this is the thing, and because I'm not really a guy to sit a camera up in front of me and do Q&As and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's just not me. I'm a fighter and a boxer. That's all I've done my entire life. And obviously Love Island was an amazing thing that I did, but Love Island was for 2 months of my life, but it was such a massive 2 months and it was such a big thing to do. That's the reason why that's so heavily out there. But you're going to see everything that you don't see, like, on social media. So I'm excited for people to come along with me on this ride, and like I say, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but yeah, I've been completely open and honest about it all, and nothing's predetermined or anything. It's all raw emotion. It's as it happens, and yeah, it's a real ride.
Definitely. I mean, you mentioned the highs and the lows there as well. Obviously, your brother's, I mean, it's well documented. He's gone through the lowest of the lows as well. How has Tyson helped you with kind of bringing yourself back to where you want to be, go basing from his experiences as well?
Yeah, definitely. I just think being around Tyson, it always lifts you. He's just that type of guy, as everybody knows. He's always fun. He's always out there. He's always loud, and he's always doing something funny. So being with Tyson, training with him like we have been doing. Obviously in that year where it wasn't all going so great, went down there. Remember speaking to him, training with him, and it's just nice to have him there, for someone who's been through this, because it is tough. It is tough when you just get launched into a world where, everything's just accessible and everything's like you're living your dreams. I know it sounds like, but it's very hard to like live with sometimes. And obviously, when everything comes crashing down, and obviously I had the hand surgery, and I couldn't fight, I couldn't do what I love to do every single day. Then it just got from bad to worse, and then it kind of took its toll.
Definitely, with the hand injury, obviously, like a boxer with a hand injury, like you can't do anything really.
Yeah.
How like did you feel like you were in the wilderness almost when something like that happens?
Yeah, definitely. It's tough because not even because I couldn't get in the ring and fight. I couldn't lift weights. It's another thing what I love to do. I couldn't do my sprints. I couldn't do anything. I could walk, but when you're used to training so rigorously as I do, 2-3 times a day, all different types of training, like I can't get enough of it. Like I love my training, and I just looked in the mirror and I pride myself on being in shape and being an athlete. And every morning that I wasn't able to use my hand, it was like I kept on looking in the mirror, and it's like my body was kind of deteriorating, because obviously you need to keep your body up to scratch. You need to be in the gym and in order to keep that shape. And when the body started going, I just thought, you just, if you don't look good, you don't feel good, do you? And that is exactly what happened. And then one thing led to another.
Definitely. How important is that routine for you then? I mean, boxers, whether it be Tyson, whether it be kind of an English champ, British champ, they always say keep staying in the gym. Is that routine kind of important for you to kind of keep your mental health at high?
Yeah, definitely. I think routine is everything. You know, when you're out of a routine and it's just all over the place, it's so difficult, you know, especially for me because, you know, as a boxer, you are very much in a routine. You know, so you're up at 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning. You're running, then you're gonna go to the gym and do your sparring. Then you're gonna go and do your strength and conditioning. Then you got your massages. Like I'm very used to having like a very, you know, complex routine. Like I don't even know what the word to say for it, but I'm used to being routine. Everything in my life is just routine. And then when that got, you know, broken, I was like, well, what am I gonna do now? Like all these things I do to fill my day, I just couldn't do any of them. So then it was like I really didn't know what to do. And then obviously, you know, I keep looking at my hand and I keep thinking about the year, you know, 12, 18 months that's ahead. You know, a long one with no boxing in sight. And you kind of want to forget that. And then you kind of want to, you know, you pick up a drink and then you have a couple and you have a few. And then all that goes away and then you start laughing and you start being happy. And that's not how you are without it. So then obviously you don't want to go without it. You just want to be happy and smiling every day. But then one thing leads to another and you end up dabbling too much and, you know, that's it.
Definitely. With that, I want to talk about kind of the Fury family. I mean, not just kind of obviously you've got Isaac Lowe in there, you've got Andy Lee kind of in that Tyson Fury camp as well. Where you seem like, for us, this is, correct me if I'm wrong, Tommy, but from the outside looking in, it's a very honest group, but also a very caring group as well.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you see kind of the various videos of your dad on social media, but there's a place of care there. It's not just kind of he's doing these things for the sake of it. He's doing it to kind of protect you, protect Tyson, protect people. I mean, were they all important, the wider family, not just Tyson, but were they important in kind of bringing you back as well?
Yeah, I think everybody's had a part to play in helping me come back to who I am, because I could have easily gone down the wrong path and I could still be there now. But, you know, you kind of hit a point where it's like, okay, this is all not where I want to be. I don't want any part of this. So it's like, let's fix it. Obviously, being around my dad, you know, obviously he's my father, and being around my brothers and stuff like that, everyone helped pull me together. You know, I was with Roman every day on the road running. And it's like having them people there. They make sure you're up in the morning. They make sure you're trading. They make sure they're talking to you and you're having fun with them. And it's, you know, everyone's played that part. You know, I've had the best support network around me. And, it's definitely been a road where I found out a lot about myself.
Definitely. I mean, and also with your boxing career now, Tommy, this is kind of, I mean, the documentary's revolved around you kind of get back into the ring. I mean, where does this kind of lead you? Obviously, you've beaten Jake Paul, you've beaten KSI. That's kind of the two kingpins of the misfits influencer scene. I think Jake Paul's kind of exceeded that as well. When you beat him, I think it's a win that's for you has aged incredibly as well. But then also you've done the conventional route. Obviously, you were signed with Frank Warren as well. You had those fights. So then where does this leave you now, or is it just the biggest opportunity that you can get?
You know, I don't know. Obviously, the two fights with those two guys was obviously, you know, a financially good decision to make, and that's why I pursued those. But they didn't really do anything for me. Like, I don't go around bragging that I beat them two. I don't really mention it too much because there wasn't really a lot to beat. It's not like I went out there and I beat, you know, an undisputed champion. You know, I beat these guys that have come into the sport with millions of followers behind them. And yeah, they're trying to shake things up again. But I just wanted to prove that, you know, just because you got a few followers and you know, a bit of money behind you, it doesn't help you in the ring. And I kind of did that for boxing. I kind of just put that out there to be like, you know, I'm not no world champion, but I beat them both comfortably. So,
yeah, I mean, I have to ask you then. Obviously, since then, Jake's got a top 15 ranking with the WBA.
Yeah.
I mean, fair play to him. It's not his fault for not getting that.
Yeah.
But like, what did you kind of make of that? I imagine where you beat him and you'd have kind of wanted some kind of recognition like that as well. I mean, what did you make of that news?
I wasn't really bothered, to be honest, because what does it really mean? I mean, okay, well, if he's got a top 15 ranking?
I think so, yeah.
Let him fight number 14 and see what happens. Let him fight number 13 and see what happens. Let him fight number 30 and see what happens. You know, he is what he is, you know. And I don't know what to make of it because I know my ability and I'm not I'm a realist. And it's like I completely outboxed him, boxed his nut off quite easily, actually. And I took a lot of pleasure in doing so. But it's like, how can I beat this man with a bad hand? A baby born 2 weeks before that I was running up and down on trains to. And I went out there and beat him. And then all these so-called former world champions can't do any good against him. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But it's just, I don't know. The whole Jake Paul things, I don't know. I just literally went there to put my side of the story across. Okay, you think he's this, you think he's good, you think he's decent. Well, whatever your opinions about me are, they've got to be better than him. So all these people that saying Jake Paul's, really good and he's a proper boxer and he can actually fight, then what am I then? You beat him easily with a broken hand. So, and that's all I wanted to do. I didn't want anything out of it. I didn't want a ranking. I'm not bothered about rankings or anything like that. I'm not bothered. I wanted to go out there and be like, I can beat this man because he's not a better boxer than me. And that's as much pride as I took out of that. I went out there and I beat him, shut him right up. And what can he say? He can say whatever he wants to say, but he's got his loss to me.
Definitely. I mean, he's since then he's been calling for that rematch, and I feel like every interview that he does, your name is mentioned because that's a blemish on his record, right? I mean, is a rematch with him dead in the water? I mean, because he has improved. It's fair to say since that fight, but I mean, yeah, would everything that you've just said still stand in a rematch with him?
Absolutely. Well? I think in a rematch I'll knock him spark out because my hand's better than it was when I fought him. I wasn't even putting it in properly. I was just putting it out there, just going through the motions because it was killing me in that fight. It's absolutely killing me. And in the KSI fight, I just couldn't take any more. And I was like, do you know what? I need the surgery now. Like, enough's enough. So if I was to fight him again, which, is 100%, I think is going to happen. That fight is there and that fight will happen, but he's got to stop talking bollocks like he is every single day on the Twitter, offering stupid numbers that are just not realistic. He thinks because he's, got a few followers on Instagram and YouTube that he can call the shots. Well, if you want to come into the sport where we fight and we box, none of that matters. You lost, I won. So let's talk some realistic numbers. At the end of the day, I'm not unreasonable at all. He's going on about earning X amount and X amount. Okay, then, well, let's just call it what it is. Let's be right down the middle and right fair. And if you don't want to go right down the middle, give me what I'm worth and what I'm asking for. Because at the end of the day, you lost and I won.
Definitely. I mean, and like those occasions between you two, even the build up with the first one was in Saudi Arabia, the world title fights on the undercard. Yeah. It was a great spectacle that was as well. I mean, surely you'll come back like when it happens. Obviously, concluding with this documentary as well. Kind of, even the occasion itself that must be a success for you. Where you've been in the last year or so to that moment to a fight under the bright lights. That's an achievement in itself for everyone who has kind of suffered with these mental health issues like you have as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's I'm just happy to be back training, back in the gym, and back doing what I love. I don't think it gets any better for me now. Like I say, I've said this many times again. Nothing was down for me. I was never meant to do anything in life. Like Tyson was the star in our family. Like that was that. And he always is, and he always will be. And if I can do half as well as what he's done, even a quarter of it, I'd be over the moon. But I went out there. I didn't take no for an answer. I made somewhat of myself. I'm happy what I've achieved in boxing, and I'm just happy to be back doing what I love. I think that's the most important thing.
You seem very content with kind of like a lot of kind of boxers, especially with siblings, like in the sport. There's a competitive nature there. I want to beat my brother. I think Sonny and Charlie Edwards. I think there was talk of them fighting at some point. Like it's a crazy world. But you seem very content with kind of Tyson, what Tyson's achieved and what you would like to achieve as well.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody's got a two-time lineal heavyweight champion of the world as a brother. Yeah. Beat Klitschko, won every single belt there is. I don't think you can really top that. And yeah, listen, there is no, what he's done for our family, he's put our name up in lights. And I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be. I'm not out here to try and compare to anybody because I couldn't compare to that. But what I can be is the best version of me that I can be. So I just want to have the right fights at the right time. and just give it my all. That way, when I leave boxing and I don't box no more and it is over, then I can look back and say, do you know what? Couldn't have trained any harder. Couldn't have slept any longer. Couldn't have ate any more healthy things. Like, I've done everything right. And if it's meant to be, great. And if it's not, so be it.
No, definitely. I think there's one thing that people do say about you is like you're dedicated. Like for those fights with Jake Paul and KSI, like some fighters would have gone into those. I mean, like you said, you knew that they couldn't beat you, but you still put the work in. Like, does that make sense? Some fighters, they might not have they might have taken them easy, they caught one on the chin and gone over, but your dedication is still there as well. One thing I do want to say, and this is kind of more for me than anything else, because I want to know you fought them both, right? Yeah. And a fight with them between those two, I think it would be massive as well.
Yeah.
You fought them. You're the only person to have done that. How does a fight go between Jake Paul and KSI?
I don't know, because KSI never come to fight against me. He come to run around the ring and hug all night. So I don't know what his fighting ability is like. He does a star jump very well, and he can move from corner to corner to corner very well. I don't know. I think Jake Paul's a 10 times better boxer than him. Like, technically and fundamentally, I think Jake is far superior. It's two different gentlemen. Jake's a lot bigger guy. And obviously takes it a lot more serious. His whole life is boxing now, whereas KSI, I don't know what he's doing. He's making more shit music and whatever he's doing. I don't know what he's doing, but he doesn't live the life. He's not a boxer. What's he doing now? Like, even me, when I'm not in the ring, I'm still training and sparring in the gym all the time. So it's just about whatever you want to choose. But yeah, I think if those two were to meet, I think Jake would definitely. I think Jake will take it, definitely.
Definitely as well. Tommy, my final one. It's been a pleasure talking
to you
today,
and you,
by the way, mate. I ask everyone this question. I feel like you might give a different answer to this one. When all's said and done, what does boxing mean to you?
Boxing means everything to me. At the end of the day, it is giving me everything. If I hadn't been in the boxing gym, I would have never answered the call from Love Island. If I didn't steal my way on the bus or jump on a tram that I wasn't meant to be on, I would have never been in the gym to, like I say, to get the call from Love Island. And then, post Love Island, boxing has financially given me everything. Those two fights, boxing fights with Jake Paul and KSI, it has given me money that I only could have dreamt about. So boxing has literally given me everything. Boxing's provided a lovely home for my family. It's provided me with money in the bank. It's provided my daughter with, endless possibilities because of those avenues that I've took. Really, really thankful to boxing, because I know fighters out there that have given their whole life to the sport and they haven't really got anything out of it. I know a lot of fighters like that. So the fact that I can sit here and say that I've earned what I've earned and I'm happy, I think that's amazing, and I'm just blessed, and that's all I want to say. I want to thank my Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ for putting me in those positions and making all this align. But boxing has definitely given me everything.
Definitely, Tommy. That was a brilliant answer to that question, mate. And thank you for your time talking to me today. And make sure you catch Tommy, the Good, the Bad, the Fury on the BBC documentary coming soon. Tommy, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you.